All right, so this video is going to be as honest as I can of a review on Dr. Morse's clinic and consultations. I'll probably be doing herbal reviews later and just sharing my experience and what's going on with me and all that. But this is maybe for a video for people who are deciding if they want to get the consultation or not, or what it entails or anything like that. So just some things right off the bat. Dr. Morse doesn't do consultations himself anymore, so everything's going to be through his workers, which I only had one, or I've only done one consultation, so this is going to be limited to one consultation. However, I think I have a lot to share based on that. Um, some quick, just a quick background. I learned about Dr. Robert Morse through when I had an illness previously in my life. Um, I just kept searching for answers, and I didn't want to go the regular way, watching friends and family die in the hospital. And I just looked for other things, and I found them. My partner, we were interested in going deep with it, so we started juicing, started changing our diet, everything like that. And lo and behold, I felt really good. And the reason I stopped was not a good one. I just got back into my addictions. Once you start feeling good, you think, oh, I can eat this and that. And then next thing you know, 7 years down the road, you're eating like crap again. And then I got sick again. So this time I needed more support, though. And so it's more serious. And I might go into that in other videos. I probably will, actually. Anyway, so my partner and I started reaching out to health gurus, and we wanted to go around video taping and interviewing all our favorite health gurus and start a health wellness channel because it was working so well for us at the time. And Dr. Morse his clinic was actually the only one out of everyone we contacted who messaged us back. So we're from Canada. We drove down to Florida and we interviewed him, and he's a complete dude. Honestly, total dude. I don't have anything else to say. Well, actually, I have tons of things to say. He was awesome, generous, gave us a lot of his time. Anything negative I had to say about myself or anything, he directed away to something positive. And he's built like a brick house. You hug the guy and it's just solid mass. You're not. Yeah. It was an amazing experience and a fun interview. And yeah, I wasn't expecting him to put it on his YouTube channel. It's since been taken down because something happened with his YouTube, I guess. Anyway, so back to the consultation. Some things to keep in mind if you are thinking about doing it. Get on it now because there's a wait list. I had to wait 2 weeks, and at the time that felt like 2 years, right? I was so scared and experiencing so much. I'm about 3 weeks on the herbal protocol now. And anyways, so what happens is you set up a consultation, you pay for it, and then they send you a questionnaire and ask for eye pictures. So I filled out the questionnaire, I sent in the eye pictures, and then I waited for the consultation. And when I got the consultation, uh, I was with one of his workers. She was incredibly nice, really energetic and positive, and yeah, it was calming to listen to some of the difficult things she had to tell me about what I'm going through. So there's that. Just a few kind of things I've experienced with this consultation and with Robert Morse's clinic. They are, to me, some of the most knowledgeable about the origin of disease and the chemistry behind it and the body processes of what's actually happening. I haven't heard too much better, but this is my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. However, this information's helped me more than the other routes I've taken, and makes a lot of sense, and I'm following it now. So that's a choice I'm making, and I don't think anyone in the industry rivals that information. Not that it's a competition. I mean, Robert Morse is sitting there on his videos just giving away the information for free. However, it is nice to have direct support and the herbs and whatnot. So I do have a few things to say. Like, if you're expecting to be your hand holded or your hands held, if you're expecting to have your hands held, I'm not sure. I mean, this was just my experience. Maybe because I already said I knew about the methodologies and I had the Miracle Source work, the book already. I've already met the dude, so maybe because I showed that I knew stuff already, that I wasn't quite as, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I did really feel like if you're looking for someone to hold your hand through this, one, I don't know if that's even possible. Two, I don't think you're going to get that through this. This is a do-it-yourself, very hands-on approach, and they're not hiding that, so this isn't necessarily a criticism as much as just reality of you're going to have to take on your healing at a level that you weren't prepared for. I certainly wasn't prepared for, and I'm still working on and trying to navigate. So just bear that in mind. The consultation was very much so kind of like it didn't seem like there was, okay, step one, step two, step three, like some kind of structure. It was very just flow, which, like I said, maybe not a criticism, maybe not, but just if you're wanting this or that or something, maybe you would say that beforehand or tell them what, because by and rights, like, I had all these questions I wanted to ask, but like I got caught up in the conversation. Next thing you know, the time was up, and that was how it was. So I would say, going into it, be well prepared, have all the questions you want, don't deviate from them, don't get caught up in, I mean, this is just an opinion, so like I'm not upset with how the conversation went, or that, like, because all my questions I asked were answered, and you get 2 months of follow-up questions on email. That's pretty insane for the amount of price that you get. So overall, like, yeah, I always want more. I always want things that they didn't offer, but for the price, I mean, for what they told me and gave me and the information they gave me was like 100 times the amount I paid, twice as much for in just going to doctors and other type of people. Anyway, so I would say, yeah, it's very much so driven by you. You have to be the one on top of this. It's not like going to a doctor where they just tell you what to do. Like, I mean, there is a little bit of that. They'll tell you the path, but there's so many nuances, and yeah, it would be nice if there was maybe like some kind of support group with that. I find on the Facebook and whatnot, it's not really, yeah, it's not happening the way I would like it to, but it also might not need to happen the way I want it to. I'm learning a lot. So as amazing as they are, I think there is also this like emotional element. Like I was told in the consultation, attitude is 51% of healing. I find that they do the biochemistry, the diet, the logistic stuff so well, like I said, better than I think anyone. However, I don't see anyone doing this like other side that deep. Like, imagine there was a program or a study that was as deep on the emotional stuff. I think it's getting there. I see a lot of nervous system stuff out there, and I've been following, and yoga and all that stuff's great. And that was suggested to me in the consultation and stuff like that. However, it just doesn't have that same, to me, level of how good their like side of understanding the diet and the chemistry and all that, the like other side, that emotional side. And it's not that it isn't present. A lot of his videos talk about spirituality and the emotions and this and that. However, I think for a person who like I am, it's I need to hear it a different way or experience it a different way or be told something more structured, because I'm a very flowy person. So I think in many ways it's good, but in many ways it's something that I think could make healing for people even more accessible if we had that other chunk as well represented as what Dr. Morse's clinic does. So the consultation, they say, is an hour and a half to 2 hours. She took the whole 2 hours with me, and then wrote up a protocol for me and gave me the iris findings. And I'll do that in another video. I don't want to take up this video with everything about my condition and stuff like that, but I will go through it if anyone's interested and wants to hear like what kind of things they say about your eyes or could say. I would say that's the two most valuable parts are the reading of your iridology of your iris and the herbal protocol. Now there was complications because they don't ship to Mexico, and I didn't know that, and so there was, excuse me, a bunch of back and forth between us, and I eventually had to get a courier. So if you're, I would say another thing to do is just check with them, because even though their website might say it or anything, when it came down to it, I had to get it shipped through a separate courier. So that was rather expensive, but they made up for it by sending me some herbs. They were really cool about it. And beyond the, like I said, beyond the consultation, you get 2 months of emails back and forth. I've just used up my 2 months. I waited about a month for my herbs, so there was a good month where I wasn't doing any emailing back and forth. I could have been, so that's my bad. That's nothing against them. It gets put in a queue and then it gets answered as quick as they can. They are a small office, and you get a sense of that when you email them and start talking to them and stuff. It is what it is. Overall, I would definitely suggest them. I've been about 3 weeks. I wouldn't be able to have done this video probably 3 weeks ago, or needed a window of when I was feeling okay, because I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that part. However, I have noticed the improvement by using the protocol, and even when I'm not doing it right, like I'm not following the proper diet or I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, and like it's still overall really helpful. So like I said, I'm 3 weeks into a 2 month protocol. I imagine I'll probably need longer because I was off the wagon for a little bit, even doing the herbs and stuff, and I probably set myself back some. However, I like I said, I couldn't recommend them more. I think if you are a person who is interested in this, do it. If you need to be convinced, I would say probably keep watching the videos or something until you're ready to make the jump, because this is some pretty serious stuff and you got to be on it and you got to take it seriously. It's not something you can just kind of do. It's only going to kind of work then. And if you're in a situation like I am in, kind of work isn't good enough. It needs to work. So you need to put in the time and effort. And that's what I'm working on right now. And I'd like to build some support around that and help other people who are going through it too. Because the support I've been getting in some of the groups and stuff isn't quite what I'm looking for. Maybe I just need to either find a different community or make the community. And yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of just like a brief review of the consultation. Is it perfect? No. Is it life? Yeah. Do I want it more? Did I want more time? Yeah. Did I want more consultation? Yeah. Did I want it cheaper? Yeah. But in reality, it was as good as I think it could have been. So I'm probably going to order another consultation depending on how well this keeps working for me, or if I revert back or something. Anyway, I'm yeah, I heavily suggest it. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, ask them. If you want to see more videos on, or you anything, just leave a comment and I'll absolutely comment back and reply. And I think that covers the majority of it. They send you a bunch of resources, PDFs, how to do the tinctures, the levels of detoxification, ideas on what to actually eat and when, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of resources you get. It does feel, once again, very flowy. It's not like, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, although some of it is. So if you have direct questions about some of the material you'd be receiving or anything like that, just ask and I'll be happy to send the information along. Anyway, I'll be making more videos, but I just wanted to kind of do a general one on my review of the clinic. I would definitely suggest it. And yeah, if you're not convinced, I don't know, keep watching the videos. Maybe just do the consultation anyway. However, like I said, it's some pretty groundbreaking, different information than you're going to be receiving probably elsewhere. So that takes some trust in the process, and I'm learning about that and just connecting more with nature and myself, and yeah, whatever you would call God or any forces, or just getting deeper in my understanding of life and what it means to me. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope that helped anyone who's interested in taking a consultation.